before this video starts, there's something you should know. That when it comes to making fruit flies, there's a lot of very minute steps that you need to take. And if you don't take them, quite frankly, you just wasted a bunch of money, time, and you're going to probably have to go out of your way to go find more flies, ship them in, etc. And now, I hope you're hooked, or whatever the word is. And here's the intro. Yeah. Now, to make one of these delightful jars of tiny insects with wings that can't use them properly to feed to our smaller herps, microgeckos, baby animals, anoles, and mostly dart frogs for people who are going to be making these, you need fruit fly media, a saucier, a deli cup lid, and obviously flies. This one, I believe, is, grabbed it from there. Yep, this is the Malagasters, I believe. I might be wrong, but yeah, I have to check where I put it and all that. Yeah, but that's what you need, right? This is all the stuff you need to make the cup, right? On the surface level. That's all what you need to make the cup on the surface level. But there's a couple other things you need that we're about to learn pretty much with this next little part of the video, where I'm gonna get real, quirky, I guess, and we're gonna go over how to make this magnificent culture. Yeah. What you're going to want to do is have yourself the fruit fly culture mix. Make sure you smack it on the ground once or twice, just for good luck. Grab yourself a nice little pot you can grab. Then you're going to want to go over there, fill it with some water. Make sure it overflows. Remember, if it ain't overflowing, you are not doing it right, guys. Place it on the stove. Make sure it looks nice. Then you want to go turn on the little top, whatever we call it, to high, so it can start boiling. Make sure you touch it. There's literally no other way to make sure it's hot. That was a joke, by the way. I just need to clarify, that was actually a joke. Now we move on to something else while that's getting going. We place the cup on the table, put my hand on it, and now the cup becomes a bunch of different cups somehow. Magic, guys, it's magic. Let the steam dissipate, come back to our boiling water. As you now know, it's now officially boiling. We're not ready for this yet, but now y'all know it's boiling. Yeah, English. One weird transitional way, then you get to look at this weird crystal pink stuff. It's weird, it's odd, it's making me ask questions. It's probably gonna set off a weird censor with YouTube and get the video age restricted. If that happens, I'm going to laugh and cry. Real quick though, you pour it into the cup, you let the dust go up and get into your eyes. You have to clean off camera, then you pour in the second scoop. Then you realize, you pull the camera away, you have to do this to all these cups, so you give the phone to somebody to record you scooping it out the thing, show them how you scoop, you get what I'm saying. Now all of them are done, and you remember the boiling water from earlier? Hope you did. Then you just start pouring a cup into each one of these. You just go get it done real quick. Then you mix it. I'm gonna use a butter knife to get it all in there. Try and get the best camera angle I can. Let's just skip to the next part for this one. Then once you're done, it's gonna look something like this. Pretty interesting, pretty weird looking. Let's go move on to the next thing. Then you grab some craft straw or a saucier? Question mark. Then this next part, I'm basically just going to show you what you need to do with it, and this part is going to be more so of a watching kind of thing. Pretty simple. You basically just pull, crunch, and put it in the cup, move it around a little bit, and you're good for that.
Just put the lid right there, and you crack it, and you hit it.
Then once the lid's closed, the flies are gonna go in there, they're gonna chill, eat the food, breed, lay a bunch of eggs, maggots, all the fun stuff. So let me know what you thought of that little bit of the video, and maybe if it worked out well and most people liked it, we'll do it again for more videos. Woo! But yeah, guess what? What are some reasons why you would actually even make a fruit fly culture? Well, as I kind of hinted at earlier, most people who will be making fruit fly cultures are actually going to be dart frog keepers. Why is that? That's because if you're raising dart frogs from a tadpole to a froglet, they will need fruit flies. Most will even be eating springtails. Then some will also need to be munching on something called a fruit fly. Crazy. In the fruit fly video, who would have guessed? but most dart frogs will be eating fruit flies even into adulthood, which is crazy. So obviously dart frog keepers are going to be a big contender for the fruit fly game market, or whatever we call it. But why do I make them? I don't keep any dart frogs currently. Might very soon. Save that for another day. But anoles all around me, not behind me, because this wall behind me is the crown giant wall. This wall is my lesser gnatlet wall, aka smaller anoles. Now each of these anoles, when they hatch out their youngins, will be, well, small enough to eat fruit flies, and they will benefit them. But most of the ones on this wall can hatch out and eat 1/4 crickets. So the reason I do mainly want to use them is for a anole down here, the Jamaican twig anole, one of my favorite anoles. Did some videos on them, believe it or not. But you know, their babies would absolutely need to be eating on something called a fruit fly in the fruit fly video. Who would have guessed? But they need those to successfully thrive, survive, and well, keep going. That's why I'm making a lot of cultures, is for the hatchlings that may or may not already be out. Sub for that video. And yeah, you know, pretty nice, pretty interesting. So I made a little comment about you know, there's different species of fruit flies. Now there's actually a pretty diverse little group of fruit flies, but in the hobby, what you're gonna find at your stores, online, and consistently, and what I actually know about and what we made earlier, is Hydia and Malagaster. Now, Hydia is the one I somewhat prefer. It's a very interesting thing we're going to talk about, and you're going to understand why, but we're going to talk about Hydia first. Hydia I prefer simply off the basis that Hydia makes more eggs, they get bigger, they have more of a protein count. Yeah, they just get bigger, they make more eggs, they do all the stuff bigger, besides breeding. They do breed a lot, but they take longer to breed. You know, they'll take typically about 2 weeks to breed, but they still die out in about a month, simply because how much they produce. They eat so much food in the colony. If you put too much food, well, you're just going to waste it because there's going to be too many flies, and it'll just... So they're still only going to last a month, but they typically take 2 weeks till they start going from here to here. You know what I'm saying? But Malagaster, you know, they're pretty interesting too. Because guess what? They don't take exactly 2 weeks to get going. They take only a week. And they can get reproducing. You can take those ones from a week and make more. Which means you can make a lot more fruit flies quicker with Malagaster versus Hydia. But Malagaster is smaller than Hydia and has less of a protein content. But if you have more flies, does that really matter? And that's very much a personal thing for you to decide. For me, I'm more so of a Hydia kind of enjoyer. Mainly because the animals I have are also going to be taking a while to even be eating them, and they don't eat as much as, say, a small army of frogs, you know? But I think the simple and most intelligent way to always do this is have a colony of, you know, Hydia going, ready for you as your main get-goers, and then you have Malagasters going for when the Hydia need a moment to catch up, which they will need. So, let me know what you thought of this video, and if you liked it, subscribe, like, all the good stuff into the video.